Welcome to Class Online School, where we deliver educational stuffs. We run the Nigerian curriculum from JS1 to SS3. This is one of the classes we're giving you today. Commerce is the class, and we're going to look at consumer protection. We have different corners of this channel: sex education, counseling corner, and the rest of it. Welcome to our commerce class. The other time we'll look at marketing mix, the 4 P's of marketing, and we'll look at introduction to marketing. So please watch that video and then come up around and watch this consumer protection. This topic I have discussed in your business study class. So if you have been following me, it's just like your revision class. Your commerce class is what we have. What is consumer protection? We're going to look at 3 objectives: consumer protection, the meaning, need for consumer protection, and the consumer rights. So we are going to look at a number of points now. We're going to look at the first objective, which is the consumer protection. What is consumer protection? This is a process of protecting consumer against the exploitation by unscrupulous sellers whom they want to offer misleading information to consumers. It's a protection for the consumer against those suspected individuals who will want to offer misleading information, who may want to exploit them, and who may give substandard products in exchange for money from the consumer. So this consumer protection is a law protecting the consumers from the seller in order for them not to be offered substandard goods, unhealthy goods, high-priced goods, and a whole lot of others that we'll see as we go on in the class. And so it's to safeguard buyers of goods and services and even the general public against unfair practices in the marketplace. Because money can make people to act in a way that is unworthy. And so when they sell out products that are misleading, substandard, high price to the general public, if there is no such law, they may want to exploit the general public, consumers in general. And so these laws are put in place to protect the general well-being of the consumer, so that you don't go and consume unhealthy products, so that you don't go and pay for unworthy service, a service that's not worth it, and so that in the marketplace, sellers do not hike their price beyond the adequate measures. So that is consumer protection. This law was put in place to help consumers in order to be protected against all unfair practices that happen in the marketplace. And so as these unfair practices happen in the marketplace, if rules are not put in place, agencies are not put in place, they're going to step on the toes of consumer. Knowing that they are the means of how money comes, they may do and undo to get more out of the consumer than it is necessary. And so every country has consumer rights to protect its consumer. Because you and I are consumer at every point in time. Even if you are a producer of a particular product, you are not going to be a producer of all products. Nobody is an island of his own. So in one way or the other, you are going to be a consumer of other people's products. And so just like the law is protecting the consumer against your products, so also the law is protecting you against other people's products. We are all being protected from one form of product that might be misleading in the marketplace to the other. We've seen the first objective, meaning of consumer protection. Needs for consumer protection. Why do we need consumer protection? A number of reasons is there why we need consumer protection. One, substandard goods. We agree with you that most persons might want to produce anything to make money and give to the consumer. And because we see it labeled as such product, we may want to consume it. So the information out there might be misleading. And such product are the substandard. And this substandard product might be harmful to the consumer. So number one reason is for consumers not to go and buy substandard products. Misleading and false adverts. You see people paint a product as if you take it, all your problem is gone. You take such problem, you don't have satisfaction for why you go for it. And so such adverts are why this agency is put in place, protection agency or protection laws are put in place to help consumers to be protected. Incorrect weight and measures. You see a product that they told you is 50 grams, only for you to measure it is 25 grams. And you have made a payment for a 50 watt gram of a product. And so these laws protect the consumer to consume adequately what is labeled on the brand. If it's 60 grand you are paying for, or 150 grand, you get exact measures of what you are buying. Unreasonable high price. If there is no protection against sellers in the marketplace, people want to buy something for 1 naira, want to sell for 100 naira. They want to make multiple products, not thinking about consumers who are buying the products. They don't care how it affects your life, how it affects your income, and how it affects your standard of living. And so this production helps us to buy price at a considerable amount, not over increased. Alright, so we have harmful and dangerous goods. Sometimes we see NAFDAC see some product because they said it didn't meet up to standard. Sometimes we see Standard Organization of Nigeria seize product because they said it didn't meet the standard of which they are to operate. This is to help buyers so that they may not ingest harmful, dangerous, hazardous products. Because most of these goods we are going to consume them, and some of these goods are services that are going to be rendered to us. Okay? Regular supply of goods. You see, sometimes when sellers hoard products, you see how high the price goes. Like for example, the petroleum product we have around, you see sometimes there is artificial scarcity that is put in place by sellers so that the few that will open will hike their price and will buy at an exorbitant rate. But the control organization, once they come in place, you see them adjusting themselves, opening up, and people buying at a normal price. Imagine there are no control body like that. What do you think will happen? They are going to take advantage of all of us. And so the regulation and the protection is for us to have regular supply of goods, essential goods that are in supply that they may tend to hoard. Okay? Awareness of certain laws. Every consumer should know the rights that he or she possesses. The right for redress, we discussed that in our business study class. Rights to be heard, rights to be informed, and the rest of them. So that when your right is being tampered on, you know the appropriate channel to go channel your complaint to, in order to seek redress, in order to seek justice. So that's another reason why protection is needed to cover consumers. Inadequate instructions. Sometimes there are no instruction on how to use a product or the ingredients found in a product. And so when you want to find out whether it's healthy, whether it's for you, you may not have adequate information because of the shabby way the product was packaged. So these are some of the reasons, 8 reasons I have here. There are more reasons. If you have other reasons, comment below the comment box and tell me other reasons why consumers need protection. 1, substandard goods, misleading and false adverts, incorrect weight and measures, unreasonable high price, harmful and dangerous goods, regular supply of goods, awareness of certain laws, inadequate instruments. That is the number 2 objective. Now let's look at the number 3 objective, consumer rights. We've seen a number of rights here: right to safety, right to be informed, right to be heard, right to personal choice, right for redress, right to healthy environment, right to consumer education. all of these are rights that the consumer possesses. Thank you for being part of our class. We've been able to meet the 3 objectives we have for this class. We've seen the meaning of consumer protection, need for consumer protection, consumer rights. We have discussed all of this. Thank you for being part of the channel. Navigate through the channel, watch our business study class on redress, and then other content that will help you build your tutu. Are you subscribed? Thank you. If you've not subscribed, please subscribe. If you like what we're doing here, smash the like button. Let more person come to the channel. Thank you for the more than 5,000 subscribers we have on this channel. Thank you for always being here. I'll see you in the next.